Yes, everybody, the major coverage does continue. Welcome back to more CS news, and also a quick little breaking news for all of you guys. No, there will not be a break from videos because tomorrow is our short break before playoffs do start for the Austin Major. I'll have a video for you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, and the day after that, and most likely the day after that, of all the news we have missed, which has been quite a bit of some of the eliminated teams out there, players, and other storylines to cover as we go into the next stage. So thank you all for being here, for leaving comments. I do read a lot of them. You guys sometimes say weird things, and I like weird things, but I also like some great CS matchups. It's exactly what we saw today as we head into our opening matchup, and a team who is not supposed to be here. Actually, both teams were not supposed to be here. Ironically enough, Legacy filling in for Bestia. They have a chance to make playoffs against a MOUZ who start out 0-2, and they are on the back foot. And that is kind of a common theme for MOUZ throughout this major so far. They have always been on the back foot since day one, but could they actually prevail? Opening map? No, they couldn't. It was literally all Legacy, who opened up a 10-2 half and ultimately finished this game, I believe, 13-4, a dominant performance. And the MOUZ fans were like, oh no, here we go again.
They're ready for the cave play. They're set up to deal with this. They have a guy jumping up heaven, lmao right now, playing this crossfire with Lux. They were prepared for contact out through heaven. They had the read, 3-on-3.
Ramp.
And the aggression from Torshi gets stemmed, fires off, but doesn't get anything from it. Jimmy getting pressured. That's such an awful win. Exertion can't hit a thing. MOUZ is shaken. They can't believe what's happening. This is so dominant. Just Torshi, but he feels like a co-pilot in his own body right now. This is gone. Legacy run away with the MOUZ pick.
And that was also, by the way, with MOUZ winning both pistols. I mean, some of the things you have seen out of this Legacy team are just insane. That's also with us going into Inferno. I believe it was actually Legacy who had not lost Inferno. 5 times they've played it so far this major. 5-0 they were. One of those teams they beat on Inferno was Vitality. So MOUZ fans were in absolute nightmare mode. Even more so, they start off losing this game. I think it was like 6-1, or they were down several rounds until a Jimmy 1v2 and a clawback to end this first half, and a clutch from Jimmy. They somehow end this first half 6-6, and we were in for a hoop.
Bomb site, team kill as well. Advantage held for MOUZ. But again, they slipped through the smoke. Was it spotted? Doesn't matter. Spinx has found a deep kill. His teammate's still alive in the bomb site. You need this frag. And even then, it's a 2v2, and you're trapped out committed. Sadzin tries to help through the smoke. Nissan boxed in. The nades are pulled by Torshi. What an error. 1v2 for Jimmy with a pistol. They got to come in quick.
Low HP for Sadzin. One shot would do it. Jimmy has a full belt of util, but does he want to get caught in the open playing with nades? These are the mind games at play, but the instant comes in. Jimmy with a quick swivel seals the deal on a tie half for this MOUZ squad.
I don't actually think they were quite down 6-1, but they were down several rounds, so to pull back that first half, another great thing to see out of both these teams. We've talked about it a lot with both these teams, of one side being more the trash talkers, that being Legacy. They were very vocal. Sadzin specifically was extremely vocal during this series, but on the flip side, someone we talked about during the Liquid series being the encourager, being the talker of this MOUZ group, that being Torzi. He was also talking a lot during these rounds, and they were going back and forth. Even Exertion at one point was saying some stuff where that's a bit of a rarity, and it's actually MOUZ again clawing back, not in the first half. They then go down 6-10 in the second half, and they bring this back with a string of a couple of 4v5s. I think a 3v5 was also in there too, and they claw back and steal Inferno from 6-10 down to a 13-11 victory. It was a crazy comeback.
The site, and Jimmy embarking on a wrap round through the apartments. He's playing aggressive in this 3v3 post plant. He's going to come in on this backstab. He's gone unchecked. They've flushed out Boiler. They think the backline's clear. Can Jimmy nail this timing? This would be stealing the major playoff dream away from Legacy. Exertion might have beat him to the punch. Lux doesn't know where to look and left cowering in a corner. MOUZ bring it through all the way on a map point.
At his first major, looking to kick up dust in MOUZ's face, take them to overtime off the back of his solo B-hold AWP. It's put the fear in MOUZ. They don't want to risk it into a hot-handed AWP, surely. But in a man down with just enough util to hit this B bomb site, this is all they've got.
An AWP back B on Inferno, a major lifeline into overtime. Can Sadzin be the legend of Legacy? 2 kills off the AWP already. And the most high-pressure AWP sequence this guy will have ever had in his entire life. Util reigns in. Sadzin full blind. They get closer and they get past him straight away. Sadzin crumbles. B-side taken.
No kits.
Legacy, it's all on the line right now. Overtime or bust. A third map off in the distance. And a retake that has to slow down. Jimmy continuing to take space, take heads. MOUZ have built back into this one. And only Lato left. Moving out through the spawn, they know about him now. The net continues to close around Legacy. A 10-4 lead, a golden opportunity given away. And left to fate, left to a third map as MOUZ stick the landing on this comeback. From 4-10 down, they swing for the fences. And Legacy have to dust themselves down.
And then we went to Nuke, and I wasn't sure what we were going to see here from both these teams, but Legacy starts out on the CT side, and they did very well. They closed out their CT side with a 9-3 half, but one round in particular that gave MOUZ one of those crucial rounds they needed was Spinx with this 4K, and of those 4K, 3 of them were with 8 HP. And before that, I think he had like 1 kill.
Stay eyes on in the lobby. Bob's going to go over the top.
Good thing it didn't go too much further. Sadzin was waiting for that exact play. DMAO's got an aggressive out in the yard. And with Exertion getting peppered on this spam, I don't know, is DMAO going to get checked here? Doesn't matter, he's clean with it.
Exertion was hard clearing that, doesn't make a difference.
Up and over for Brolin, trying to sniff out this close man out in the yard. But this is info now for DMAO, wrestles with them. 2 big kills from DMAO out in the yard side.
He's leveling up.
And he starts to reroute. He's trying to be everywhere all at once. Back in main now.
Like how he slows it down eventually. They don't know there's North in play yet. Knows when to quit it with the man advantage. Sadzin waits on ramp.
This was the guy that started this streak of rounds for Legacy. Gonna get tested on the AWP. Swing and a miss for Sadzin. Sees him away from this ramp room. They're looking for hell control. Nissim on the extremities will get overwhelmed. Spinx gets out with this 3-on-3 for MOUZ. And Lato's getting split on. They're coming through heaven. Coming out into this top site. DMAO will provide the cover. And it's on DMAO that they were hoping to win this. Spinx out. And there's the hero figure, Spinx with a huge...
And then MOUZ also had this round 18, which was pretty crucial as they claw back from this 3-9 half, and they do so slowly but surely. One of them was actually this 3v4.
Bomb plant in the downtime and a 3v4 for this top site. Now pulled into question for MOUZ.
Nissim can come in on a huge flank.
Real low HP on 3 of these players though. Sadzin, the only guy with health. Nissim on this flank. The silent killer. Do they want to smoke? Turn around and what a whip that is! Headset off for Nissim. He can't believe what's just happened.
And just like that, MOUZ are through for your playoffs. And again, on the back foot from I mean, Legacy had it. I mean, we've seen some chokes throughout this major, and I will say, I was expecting fully, especially after map 1, that Legacy was going to close out a MOUZ, and MOUZ have been resilient, but also maybe frustratingly so if you're a MOUZ fan, because they're always trying to catch back up, then fall back behind, then catch back up, and for a team like Legacy, they're trying to punch you in the mouth and get to 13 rounds. I really feel like they flubbed this one, and it's unfortunate. But I think MOUZ only gave up 1 round on their CT side, so it pulls back a 9-3. This thing ends another 13-10 or 13-11. A crazy series out of MOUZ. They are through to playoffs, and hopefully they can readjust over these next 3 or 4 days so we see a different version of them, because this version is not going to be good enough to win, and we say goodbye to a Legacy who made an incredible run, a team who was not supposed to be at this major. They came in, they ended Vitality's streak. They're here at the major, showing up, making a stage 3, nearly a playoffs. And it's just the trash talk they brought, the personality they brought. Sadson called Zywu fat, which is still crazy to this day. Props to Legacy, an amazing run out of them and so many other teams here at this major. But MOUZ, they sneak through. And then we had G2 MongolZ, and my goodness, prepare to age at least a year by the end of this video. I know this might surprise you guys. I was planning on going outside today. I had some plans for good old Father's Day, if you guys forgot about that. This series is going to age all of us because it firstly opens up with MongolZ dominating Ancient. And again, you're like, okay, you know, another dominant start, but can G2, can they have a little bit of a comeback? But MongolZ with a strong start of their own. And then we went to Dust 2. How much time do you guys have?
This out to get away. No, Hades, his nade comes out from Donut.
That's a kill steal, actually. I think he was dead to Senzu.
It's not gonna leave Hades feeling any better, but hey. Unfortunately, during all of that, G2 lose control of this B site. Deep positioning from MZ. And the MongolZ T side has run rampant with the round wins. They will trickle into short side, and the MongolZ looking to answer back from the failure on Ancient versus FaZe. This one is as clean as need be.
As it was G2 with the early lead up 6-1 for the first half of Dust 2, but no, MongolZ claw it back for a 6-6 half. And meanwhile, Senzu ends the first half 21-9. You'll want to make note of him along with Heavy God, maybe a couple others, because they had plenty of rounds to accrue a lot of kills, but Senzu was, he was feeling himself.
Okay. You do you, Senzu.
Oh, he will.
Up middle. Tries to go back. Oh, Eagle shots connecting as Blitz gives support. It's going to keep Senzu standing a bit longer. Oh, yeah, I've got this off. That's right.
Still not leaving, by the way.
Sticking around behind the fire.
Bro is trespassing at this point. That'll send the T's running.
That's great. 20 kills, 9 deaths
that's
on the first half of play.
You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it from Senzu.
And I said 20-9 like it was over. He repositions ahead of this B hit. If this is what G2 want a piece of, Senzu is their nightmare so far in this second map of the series. And he is on the line, ready to continue to tear them apart.
They just did a marathon to avoid him.
He drops the bomb in the tunnels as well, so Hunter is on a damn near impossible recovery. If not for the 50 seconds on this clock, we'd call it already. MZ's grenade in hand though, that's an open invitation. Senzu's low health. Window player's gonna lock it in. Yet again,
and then we had this MOUZ 1v4 in round 15, which I thought was going to be a pivotal round. It still was, obviously, right? But I had no idea what we were in store for. But this is, I mean, this also the commentary from Scrawny too, you know, they're filling the shoes of Nico. This was an incredible clip out of Malbs.
And Malbs, just lost inside of this smoke, had 3 teammates to work with just moments ago, decides to take it into his own hands, and as he gets up this ramp, the duels are right there for the taking. It is only Blitz who remains to fill Nico's shoes, they said. Malbs gets Let's go! Everybody else fell flat.
And then we went to overtime.
Again, Hades, is this your round? We got one from Heavy God, we had one from MOUZ, and now maybe Hades, better late than never, gets the multi-kill going, but there's still solutions. He saw the second barrel, and MZ knows he's between both, and he can call everybody back. And by everybody, it's just 9-10 through those tunnels with 20 seconds to try to clutch 1v3, or G2 have indeed found that final lifeline. Tech9 to the doorway to crossover, no support. Snacks, you gotta stop it. 9-10 calls his bluff, plants. Oh, and the tap is the execution.
And then we went to a second overtime.
Just to nades. They're gonna slip a player down through into that smoke.
They didn't see him.
MongolZ gets killed by 9-10 over from long. Coming back to try to stop it. You get another Snacks entry, but it stalls out for an extra second yet again. Heavy God trying to get it going. 9-10 looks back for another pick. Missed shot on the player in elbow, but man advantage.
And Heavy got on site.
The CTs are a little far away from this. They're going to try to hunt down 910.
they've got him.
Senzu sees this.
I mean, Hades has to run. He's standing out in the open. He knows there's players to attack this flank. And at 30 seconds, they try to cool it off here, but there's a player over-tucked into the car corner.
Oh, tough decision.
What time does 910 make his move? He goes for it.
What?
Missed chance. Hades then dies to it. And now Heavy got off of the goose. Also cut down.
Wow, okay.
910 push us into the next one.
And then Mongols blow a 2v5, and we go to a third overtime.
Playing the long con.
I mean, we're all talking about Senzu, but look at the kills for Heavy God and Hunter. If these are two pieces in this clutch you want, it's them. And Hunter's position's gonna catch players off. It's a knife out. Now they gotta trade back. Hunter on the line. Locks it all in. Kovac blood is thick.
The newest member of this roster. So much pressure on him every round on A.
And he doesn't play from sight. Instead, he takes it more aggressive, tries to get up in their grills, and he will drop with nothing.
And the long play's coming.
In the fourth chance for G2 to close, it's gonna have to be Hunter and Snacks, and Hunter gets a little more damage in, but Snacks is only working with an MP9. He's got the flank, and a swap out to an M4 is good. He's got the kid as well. It's gonna bank on somebody letting their guard down, but he announces himself, and now all three sets of eyes turn this way. But just because they're looking doesn't mean they'll stop him. They try to get into the cover, and Blitz needs to keep his head low. 19 health, a huge Snacks clutch attempt to close this. And he's let them get away, or rather they ran. Techno in the corner, shows a little skin. Blitz is eventually gonna come back, bomb's not planted for them. They've gotta take the fight, and in doing so, it's gonna burn more time off. He still has the kit, he jumps back on in an act of desperation, and he'll burn the hopes of G.
And then we went to a fourth overtime.
M4 Spray finds one, and it's Hades off a critical op shot to keep Mzinho out of this. 910's position's known, and he gets stopped. Hades, who dropped the shot once, makes up for.
And then G2 hit a 3v5, and we go to a fifth overtime, folks, here on Dust 2. By about this point, these players had been on Dust 2 for the last 2 hours. I had had a meal and a half, had worked out, was watching TV, got everything done for the day while trying to focus on this series.
Blinds 2, the op rings out, so you know that they're still back there. Here it is, Snacks, 3 of them blind, but he actually gets down with nothing.
The volley is working.
Techno burns Hunter to a crisp. Low health or not, the Mongols just storm their way in.
This is the arena point. It has to be a 3v5 retake for G2.
They had the defense in position. They did the protocols well. The early grenade damage set it up. But the Mongols stampede over top those first two corpses. Retake queued up, flash over top. Heavy God gets the first. They're doing it. They're bringing it back. They've got a little position. The car player's dead. Blitz at 910, all that's left. This late burn around. Malbs, star of the show, gets on top of this bomb. Has the kit to defuse it. Blitz out from the windows, dead. Are you kidding? Nico who? Malbs fills those shoes and takes us.
But ultimately, it was not enough as Mongols get it done. And I mean, when you're 53 rounds of Counter-Strike in, I can only imagine what you're doing in the strat book. I mean, you're probably on page 17 by now. I don't know who's making what calls and how you're not exhausted at this point. But Mongols, they narrowly close it out. And a key bit in this too, Mongols should be your favorites, right? Just like this morning versus Legacy, MOUZ should be your favorites. In any other event we've had this year, we'd be like, yeah, they should win this, right? But for some reason at the major, it felt all the closer. So these teams, they did show up.
Reason and statistics were worth it, damn, we wouldn't be this deep in OT, would we?
910 on the angle, Blitz right in front of him, lands his shot on Heavy God, only 2 players left to bring it back. It's the Poles here for G2. And there's not enough left in it. Hades, you've got plenty of targets, 24 seconds. They're gonna swarm at him. They want it. They want to close on their terms with knives out. It is Mzinho from the backdrop. What was history in Shanghai is becoming a
And that will be it for G2. A G2 who is yet to undergo, and what we see is going to be a new coach and likely to be a new IGL, whatever it is. You guys already know, some Pius and Saw on their way. So they should be undergoing some big overhauls, and they have some key pieces here. And G2 put on a performance against a Mongols who is still a top 10 team in the world. I mean, just like Legacy did to MOUZ, like, you're putting up a great battle and a great back and forth. The G2 is what you guys have undergone the last 6 months. A great run and a great performance, and you were that close to making a major playoffs. very, very much excited to see what G2 can do in the future. And it always saddens me to see these guys, especially after such a long match. I mean, you know, you expect like the Malbs tweets, and Heavy Guy was tweeting too. It can't be easy. Very emotional players and very transparent with those feelings. And so G2 fall at the major. And it will be MongolZ, again, narrowly going through to playoffs. And I can't lie, guys, I won't usually do this, and I hope you guys know this, but it is Father's Day, and I have to call my father, and I have to participate in celebrations. I want to as well. I should be. And so I'm going to be dipping out before this last series actually ends, just so you guys know. I'm going to keep you up to date to the very latest, but you guys should be going to watch or find out the results of Map 3 between Virtus.pro and Pain. And again, I do apologize. It's an important day, though. I hope you guys understand that. It won't happen again throughout this major. It's just very late. 5 overtimes from G2 and MongolZ really kind of pushed my time, and I'm already late as it is, so I do apologize for that. But it was Pain opening things up on Mirage very convincingly. I mean, it was their pick to win, and they took it home.
Starting to hear sounds on A. DGT readies himself. Flamus will swing out. It's a hard flick. Big Uzera confirms it. He actually times it to perfection. And now Electronic on his pathing into DGT's crosshair. It all lines up for Pain. Last of fall, Icy and Fame fighting, but no hope, no time, and Pain Gaming taking it 13-8, one map away now from the playoffs.
But then it's Virtus.pro who bounced back very strong on Inferno. I mean very strong. Their defensive reads out of Electronic were insane. And Fame popped off multiple times, multiple 3Ks out of him, and they send Pain to a game/map 3.
BP are fully burrowed in here. They are committed. It's the right gamble. 20 seconds for the finish. Here they come. Pain trying to find consecutive rounds. This double up in mini pit is it's going to be a bit of a jump scare. It's going to be very surprising, especially when Flamus can hit the first clean. Now Pain gets overlooked. Catches DGT, catches 3. Drive by. Davideus removing Flit. Icy at least catching 1, but now flashed over the line. It's Davideus. Hang on. They accelerate into the...
There he is again!
Touch him! Fame again! Every moment, every chance, Pain, they manufacture some sort of opening. It's Fame that just slams it shut.
Time for a captain's clutch, 1v3.
Yeah. Big Uzera to give Pain some hope of the 2-0. Trying to catch Flamus as he walks on up and removes his head clean from the first. A 1v3 taking shape, an overextension, a trade.
So you guys should check that out. By the time this video goes live, I'm going to schedule it for later, so hopefully this series has concluded by now. And again, that's my bad. I hope you guys know I want to be here, but sometimes very few things outshine CS. So again, I'm sorry for that, but the rest of the major, I got you guys, okay? I hope you know up till now I've had you, and I will not let you down as we approach the ending stage and playoffs of this major. I know I've said it countless times, but thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here, for leaving nice comments. It has been so fun to cover. And this Thursday, by this Thursday, I will be in Austin. If you guys are there, reach out. Maybe I'll be at some bars. I'll see you guys around, get some pictures or maybe some interviews with you guys. It's going to be so fun covering this major live in person. Hopefully catch some interviews as well. But I hope you guys all enjoy. And then thank you all for watching. Enjoy Father's Day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning as the news for CS, it does continue. Till then, take care. Ta-ta.